Será que a gente vai fazer em português? It's better to go in English, isn't it, Norm?
Let's go in English, Augusto. It's great to see you this morning. It's really wonderful to see you. What, 3 days before Christmas? How are you?
Very good, and you?
I'm very good. Thank you so much. It's great to see you, and it's great to see all the books behind you as well.
Thank you so much. This is real book, so I like to stay like in front of the books. It's always bad. It's good to have the knowledge in front of us, you know.
I agree with you. I couldn't agree more. Listen, I just want to say before we start, you look great. I understand you've lost about 45 pounds lately. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Norm. In this period of time, I think it's better to get like a little bit healthy, you know. And I'm trying to do my best to that.
You look great. You look great. Let's get started. Thanks so much, Augusto.
Thank you, Norm. It's a great pleasure for me. You know that I'm very admire your work, and it's a great honor for me. Thank you so much for having me here.
Same with us. Listen, you have one of the best and most well-known law firms in Brazil. Tell us a little bit about your law firm.
All right. Thank you for the best, one of the best law firms in Brazil. I thank you so much for that. Actually, our law firm, the Pozzo Advogados, has spent the last 24 years dedicating the best efforts and the talent of our lawyers to meet the demands of clients, to honor the commitments, and to respect all our stakeholders. Our practice is grounded on four pillars, as you know, Norm. First, the multiple professional experience of our lawyers. Second, the promotion of solid institutional relations with organizations that lead and influence the infrastructure sector in Brazil and abroad, like CGLA Infrastructure. Third, solid academic knowledge with high technology. Uh, and fourth, we try to bring our results for our clients. Such pillars have been the base of the office's unique positioning with a DNA to resolve our clients' legal adversities, helping them to get the desired results in this complex and dynamic world. We are, as you know, very specialized in public law in the areas of administrative law, infrastructure law, regulation, litigation, arbitration, and now mediation. We have the first case in Brazil of mediation right now in a road concession. We deal with legal issues that involve the public contracts, especially for concession, PPPs, public construction work, and mega projects. In Brazil, as you know, such contracts are subject to an extremely complex legal framework, and we also work in the most varied industries in the market of infrastructure, such as logistics and transport infrastructure, roads, tunnels, bridges, public transportation, railroads, ports, airports, and waterways, urban infrastructure, urban mobility, subway, metropolitan trains. We have now the lines 8 and 9 from CPTM. That's a big project we are working right now. Light rail transit, bus rapid transit, public lighting, smart cities, telecommunications, energy, and social infrastructure, such as water supply, sanitation, education, health, housing, and water resource. I think that's it.
That's a pretty great definition of infrastructure. I really love that. It's huge.
Yeah.
Listen, as you know, we really enjoy working with you guys as well. It's really a pleasure. It's always been a phenomenal professional experience. How long have you been working in infrastructure? You mentioned that you started, I guess, Dal Pozzo Advogados 24 years ago. How long have you been working in infrastructure?
Yes, we have been working like a practicing lawyer for this 4 years of the I'm a founder partner of the office, and in this field I'm structuring projects and working in the execution of the projects. I think this experience helped build a profound understanding of the Brazilian legal scenario and avoid a lot of traps that you know. It also helps to improve contract design and as a result to provide the necessary legal safeguards to investors. This is very important for us. I have been involved in academic studies and empirical research about infrastructure sector in Brazil too. Several at the law school where I'm a professor, the Pontifícia Universidade Católica de São Paulo, a PUC São Paulo, and many others at the Brazilian Institute of Legal Studies in Infrastructure, of which I'm a founder and the current president. And these studies and research try to show in a very clear way the best and the worst legal practices in their consequences in contracts of infrastructure projects in Brazil. We had a great partnership with the Financial Times and Nikkei. We are make roundtables to discuss in a deep way the main issues involving the development of infrastructure in Brazil and abroad. I think in addition, I conduct an international study comparing the models implemented in Brazil with models implemented globally in order to find contractual elements and clauses that can be applied in Brazil with necessary adjustments considering the different legal frameworks of each country. As a result, I think uh, our office has taken a leading role in infrastructure projects in Brazil. Thank you so much.
No, it's really great. And, thinking about the history of your firm, starting in 1996 with Enrique Cardoso, all the way till now, the learning must have been incredible. Can you just tell us a little bit about what your biggest challenges you faced in 2020 have been? I mean, it's been such a strange year. You were saying earlier that you came back to the office in August, but I imagine you've been working incredibly hard the whole year.
Yeah, it's an amazing year, Norm. I think the year of 2020 goes down like a in history as one of the most difficult years of all human civilization. The loss of so many lives is something that impacts us severely and emotionally, leaving make marks forever. I think all this terrible experience of social isolation bring us enormous learning. It makes us think about a lot of aspects of our lives and reflect on how we are should lead our daily lives from now on. As a result of this health crisis, we had a serious economic crisis here in Brazil and globally, which had a real impact on certain industry. It seems to me that one of the most important ways for the economic recovery is investments in infrastructure, which will allow us build solutions to improve economic and social development. In Brazil, the project, especially here in São Paulo, has not stopped. Several mechanisms were designed to continue developing projects. In terms of contract management, we had some sectors that were quite impacted, especially highways, buses, the aviation sector, subways, commuter trains, especially in terms of demand. There's a big deficit of demands right now. We have conducted numerous studies on economic and financial performance of the contracts, trying to balance investments in addition to judicial measures in more serious cases. It was a really a period of intense work and
Yeah.
innovative legal solutions to reduce the impact felt, which at end bring a huge success for the companies.
It's really amazing. And you know, when I think about it, I think about the kind of work that you do, incredible in terms of the challenges. What do you see in terms of 2021? What's your projection in terms of Brazil's recovery in 2021, generally in terms of the economy, but also in terms of infrastructure?
Norm, I think that if we consider like the post-pandemic scenario after the vaccine and all of that, it will be essential that Brazil and maybe globally can expand the cooperation and the convergence with the private sector, including massive national and international investments from all over the place, prioritizing the transport and logistics systems, whether by road, railroad, ports, considering the necessities imposed to the agribusiness sector that we have here in Brazil.
Right.
Not to mention the necessary expansion of urban mobility in a way to like humanize cities, allowing the to reduce the travel time and making them like true smart cities. We need to universalize water supply and sanitation. This is a huge problem here in Brazil. We need to meet the basic minimum demands of the people, and we have right now the new regulatory framework about sanitation that we are studying and getting along. So all of these and the innovations, I think, is the way that technology is fundamental to achieve these results. and maybe a bigger increase in these PPPs and concessions projects, trying to build a legal safeguard for the companies that can be invest here and try to overcome the bottlenecks that we have here in Brazil.
That's great. Thank you very much. One last question, Augusto. You know, you're kind of a renaissance man. We really enjoy working with you. You're extremely accomplished, an author, a university professor. You run your own law firm. How do you do it all? Do you ever sleep? And do you have a book planned in 2021?
Yes, yes. Uh, I don't know, Norm. Maybe the secret to doing all this is the passion that I have for my work, for deepening my studies, for trying to overcome all of the issues that we have, and to try to collaborate actively with a transformation on the Brazilian society with good infrastructure service, good public service that meet the desires of the people in terms of social and economic development. Perhaps this is the main purpose of all this work, and gives me enormous satisfaction, personal satisfaction of doing that. I love studying philosophy. In this time I study a lot and reading the classics, the thinkers. They taught me that our decisions are not merely rational. They must also be necessarily filled with passion. They are inseparable figures. And I try to do all these projects with this binomial always present, rational and emotionally. Uh, Talking about books, this year I launched 6 works involving themes of the new Brazilian data protection law, the new regulatory framework of basic sanitation, the compliance mechanisms that must be present in the infrastructure sector, and the book that arrives tomorrow. Tomorrow, I had one that it's came in from the publisher. It's a very good news. It's like an innovative reading on the legal concept of infrastructure and its legal framework. This is the result of my doctoral thesis at PUC São Paulo. And next year, of course, we have a lot of things going on. In February, I will launch a book on concessions and PPPs. And I just delivered the originals yesterday to the publisher. And I also intend to launch a work already approved by Thomson Reuters, that is the largest Brazilian legal publisher, on the new legal framework of bidding process and public contract. This is very important for Brazil. We have to study. There's a new legal framework of bidding process. So it will be very nice. And I'm also finishing 2 translations of important works in the international stage. The ESCOM's Principles of Project Finance and the professors Ben Flyberg from Oxford, the Mega Projects and Risk. And I hope in 2021, I can translate your book, Norm. This is the most important one.
Of course, of course. Look, this is great. I'm so happy I asked you that question because you're really one of the most positive, passionate, energetic people I know. And it's just wonderful to have a chance to work with you. And maybe we can host a book launch in the US for your book when we can all travel again.
That's amazing. I'm trying to translate in English right now the book. I'm already contact some translator that is a very good people that maybe we can launch next year from an international and globally. And it will be so amazing if we can go to Washington and make like a tour to launch the book with you. It's gonna be a great honor for me, Norm. Thank you so much.
Vamos lá, vamos fazer isso, né?
Vamos em frente, vamos lá.
Vamos em frente mesmo, né? Thank you so much, Augusto. It's really great to have you. It's really great to see you. It's really great to see how well you're doing. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you in person soon.
Thank you so much, Norm. It will be a great honor. Maybe next year when the vaccine goes on, we can try to build like new events and come together. It will be so nice. It will be an honor. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you.
That's great. Have a great day. Bye-bye.